Have you ever pondered what could occur if we abruptly ran out of electricity? The thought itself is quite daunting, isn't it? Picture our world, usually vibrant with life, plunged into an eerie darkness. The internet, a global platform connecting billions, would cease to function. The television screens, once filled with colors and life, would turn black. The air conditioners, our saviors during scorching summers and icy winters, would be no more than lifeless machines. It's not just about comfort. Hospitals would struggle to operate life-saving equipment, food supply chains would crumble leading to potential shortages, and communication networks would collapse. The very fabric of our modern civilization could fray without electricity. Today, we will dive deep into the enthralling world of electricity. This invisible force, the lifeblood of our modern civilization, powers our homes, fuels our industries, and propels our transportation. We'll explore how generated, transmitted, and the technological marvels it enables. So strap in as we illuminate the fascinating realm of electricity and its indispensable role in our lives. Electricity, in essence, is the movement or flow of electric charge. But what does that entail exactly? This electric charge we're discussing is fundamentally related to the tiny particles that make up matter, atoms. Now think of an atom as a minuscule solar system. At its center, the nucleus, you'll find protons and neutrons, while electrons whirl in orbits around nucleus, much like planets orbiting a sun. Electrons, these tiny negatively charged particles, have an inherent ability to move from one place to another within the atom, and even between atoms. When they do this, they generate what we call an electric current, a stream of these moving electrons. This brings us to the concept of an electric circuit. Picture it as a circular racetrack for electrons. It begins at a source such as a power plant or a battery, which provides the push or force that gets the electrons moving. These then travel through a pathway, which is often a wire, carrying with them the energy that we harness as electricity. This journey isn't a one-way trip though. After delivering their energy, the electrons return back to the source, completing the circuit. In this way, the electricity that powers our world is simply a dance of electrons, moving from the source, through the circuit, and back again. Picture yourself scaling a steep mountain. As you ascend, you gain more potential energy, which is essentially the stored energy due to the height you've reached. This energy can be transformed into kinetic energy, powering your descent down the mountain. Drawing a parallel in the realm of electric circuits, the work done to move a charge from one to another is akin to your mountain climbing journey. Here, work done refers to the energy expended in overcoming the resistance within the circuit to move the charge. The more work done, the greater the potential difference, or voltage. The potential difference is a measure of the work done per unit charge to move an electric charge between 2 points in a circuit. It's an essential concept because it's the driving force that propels the current around the circuit. To visualize it, consider the potential difference as the steepness of our mountain. A steeper mountain requires more effort to climb, just like a higher voltage requires more work to move the charge. It is this potential difference, or voltage, that plays a crucial role in determining how much current will flow and how much power will be delivered in an electric circuit. Back in the 1800s, an exceptional German physicist, Georg Simon Ohm, made a groundbreaking discovery that forever changed our understanding of the electric world. Ohm, through a series of experiments and observations, unearthed a very basic yet significant relationship in the domain of electricity, the relationship between voltage, current, and resistance. In simple terms, Ohm discovered that the current, or the amount of electric charge flowing through a conductor, such as a wire, is directly proportional to the voltage or potential difference applied across it. However, this was under the constant condition that the temperature of the conductor remained steady. So, if you increase the voltage, the current increases, and vice versa. But if you increase the resistance, the flow of the current decreases, showing that the resistance is inversely proportional to the current. This is known as Ohm's law, which can be expressed in a mathematical formula, I equals sine V/R, where I is the current, V is the voltage, and R is the resistance. It's a cornerstone principle in the study of electricity and electronics. Its importance lies in the fact that it allows us to calculate one unknown quantity if the two are known. This fundamental law has made it feasible to design and operate complex electrical circuits and devices that are integral to our modern life, from household appliances to complex industrial machinery. Thus, Ohm's discovery has profound implications on our understanding and utilization of electricity today. A resistor, in essence, acts as a speed bump in the pathway of electric current, curbing its flow and intensity. It offers resistance to the progression of the current, functioning as a type of electrical friction that dissipates energy. While it might seem counterintuitive, resistors are crucial in controlling the amount of current that reaches electronic components. Too much could be damaging. When we speak about resistance and current, they share an inversely proportional relationship. This means that when resistance increases, the current flow diminishes, and vice versa. This principle is known law, which states that the current through a conductor between 2 points is directly proportional to the voltage across the 2 points, and inversely proportional to the resistance between them. There are several key factors that dictate the degree of resistance in a resistor. Firstly, the type of material used in the resistor plays a prominent role. For instance, materials like silver and copper have low resistance and are thus good conductors of electricity, while rubber and glass are poor conductors, offering high resistance. Secondly, the length of the resistor also impacts resistance. A longer resistor offers more resistance due to the increased distance the current must travel. Lastly, the thickness of the resistor can also alter its resistance. A wider or thicker resistor provides a larger pathway for current to flow, thereby reducing resistance. Therefore, the resistance of a resistor is primarily determined by the material, length, and thickness. In a series circuit, all components are connected end to end, forming a single pathway for the electric current to flow. In this setup, the same current flows through each component, and the total resistance of the circuit is the sum of individual resistances. This type of circuit configuration is commonly used in devices where it's critical for all components to operate together, such as in a string of old-style Christmas lights. If one bulb goes out, they all go out. On the other hand, in a parallel circuit, components are connected across each other, creating multiple paths for the current to take. Here, the voltage across each component is the same, but the current through them can vary. The total resistance in a parallel circuit is less than the smallest resistance. This configuration is used in most home electrical systems because it allows for individual components, like appliances, to operate. If one element fails, the current simply takes a different path, and the rest of the circuit continues to function. Each of these arrangements, series and parallel, has its unique characteristics and uses, making them foundational to understanding electric circuit design and application. Power, in the broadest sense, is the rate at which energy is used or transferred from one form to another. It can be visualized as a measure of how fast or slow energy is being used, in a similar vein to how a car's speedometer measures the velocity at which the car is moving. When we delve into the realm of electricity, power takes on a more specific definition. Here, electric power is determined by the multiplication of voltage and current. Voltage, analogous to the pressure in a water pipe, is the force pushing electrons in a circuit, while current, similar to the flow of water in a pipe, signifies how many electrons are flowing. Their product gives us the electric power, a measure of electrical energy transfer over time. This concept becomes particularly significant when we talk about everyday utilities like your electricity bill. Your bill is not just a simple calculation of how long you have your lights on. Rather, it is computed based on the amount of electric power you've consumed over a given billing cycle. The more power-hungry appliances you use, and the more frequently you use them, the more electric power you consume, leading to a higher bill. Hence, understanding the concept of power can lead to more conscious energy usage, and ultimately save on your electricity costs. Today we've embarked on an enlightening journey through the electrifying world of electricity. We began with a fundamental grasp of electric current and circuits, understanding how electrons flow and how connections are made. We then delved into the potential difference, exploring the driving force behind the movement of electricity and how it powers our devices. Our journey took us to Ohm's law, a key principle that explains the relationship between voltage, current, and resistance. And resistors, critical components that manage the flow of electricity. Then we dissected series and parallel circuits, understanding their differences and how they affect the overall electrical current. Furthermore, we immersed ourselves in the topics of power and energy in electric circuits, grasping how electricity is converted into useful energy. We've scaled the heights of knowledge, encountered challenges, and shed light on the obscurities to reveal the incredible power and potential of electricity. As we power down our devices tonight, let's acknowledge the spark that ignites our world, the unseen force that keeps our lives ablaze with innovation and convenience. Electricity. The world as we know it would be dark without it, and our appreciation for this elemental force should